The dress is beautiful. The color makes your face look alive. The fabric moves when you walk. The waist is not too tight. The length is graceful. And for the first time in weeks, you look in the mirror and think, this could be the one. Then your eyes go straight to your arms. Not the whole outfit, not your smile, not the beautiful neckline, not the way the dress makes you stand a little taller, just the arms. And within 3 seconds, the dress goes back on the hanger. That is how many women over 60 lose some of the prettiest dresses in the store. Not because the dress is wrong, not because their body is wrong, not because sleeveless belongs only to younger women, but because one part of the body has been allowed to overrule the entire picture. So let's start with a different idea today. You do not need perfect arms to wear a sleeveless dress. You need better proportion, smarter fabric, a more flattering armhole, the right neckline, and a few styling tricks that make the whole outfit look intentional. Because when a sleeveless dress is chosen badly, yes, it can make the upper arm look heavier, the bust look lower, the shoulders look rounder, and the whole outfit feel unfinished. But when it is chosen well, it can make the neck look longer, the posture look lighter, the dress look fresher, and the whole woman look more modern and confident. Picture a woman named Linda. She is 67. She is going to an outdoor wedding in late June. She wants something feminine, cool, and pretty because she knows she will be sitting in the sun, walking across grass as relatives, and taking photos she will see for years. She tries on a navy sleeveless midi dress. On the hanger, it looks classic. On her body, the waist is good, the skirt floats nicely, and the color is kind to her silver hair. But she catches sight of the soft skin near the back of her upper arm, and suddenly she feels exposed. So she does what so many women do. She grabs a cardigan. But the cardigan is too long, too heavy, and too dull. It cuts across the widest part of her hip, flattens the dress, hides the pretty neckline, and makes the outfit look older than she feels. Now the arms are covered, but the whole look has lost its lift. That is the real problem. The goal is not always to hide the arms. The goal is to style the dress so the arms are not carrying the whole visual burden. The first real body trick is to stop judging sleeveless dresses by whether they show your arms and start judging them by how they cut around your shoulders. This is where most women are looking in the wrong place. They stand in front of the mirror and stare at the lower part of the upper arm, the softer area that moves, the part they wish were firmer. But the more important area is actually the shoulder line and the armhole. A sleeveless dress can show the same arm and still look completely different depending on the shape of the opening. Especially one that sits close to the neck can make the upper arm look wider by contrast. It creates a tiny strip of fabric and then a large open area of skin beside it. The eye compares the narrow strap to the arm, and the arm appears more prominent than it really is. A better choice for many mature bodies is a wider shoulder line. Not necessarily a sleeve. Not a cap sleeve if you dislike them. Just a more generous cut across the shoulder. Think of a dress where the fabric comes closer to the outer edge of the shoulder, almost like a shell top. It gives the eye a stronger horizontal frame, so the arm is no longer floating beside two thin little straps. This is why some women feel surprisingly better in a sleeveless sheath, a sleeveless linen shift, or a polished tank-style midi dress than in a spaghetti-strap sundress. The amount of arm showing may not be dramatically different, but the framing is different. The shoulder looks more structured. The neckline looks more intentional. The arm looks like part of the outfit, not something accidentally left uncovered. The armhole matters just as much. If the armhole is cut too deep, you may see the side area near the bust, or extra skin folding at the front. That can make you feel exposed even if your arms are not the real issue. If the armhole is too tight, the fabric presses into the underarm and creates squeezing, which makes the upper body look uncomfortable. Neither one is flattering. The most graceful armhole usually sits close enough to the body to cover the bra and side bust, but not so close that it digs in when you move. When you try on the dress, do not just stand still. Lift your arms a little, reach forward, pretend you are hugging a friend, taking a plate from a buffet, or reaching into the car. If the dress pinches, gaps, or exposes more than you want, the problem is not your body. The cut is wrong. This is a small change with a big, better armhole can make the exact same arms look calmer, smoother, and more balanced. You have not changed your body. You have changed the frame. Now, if you have narrow shoulders, be careful with sleeveless dresses that are too wide at the top because they can slip outward or make the shoulder look droopy. You may need a slightly more inward cut, but still with enough fabric to feel secure. If you have broad shoulders, you may prefer a soft V-neck or scoop neck, so the upper body does not look too square. If you have a fuller bust, avoid armholes that scoop too low at the side, because they can make the bust look unsupported. If you are petite, make sure the shoulder seam does not extend so far outward that it overwhelms your frame. This is what real styling looks like. It is not one rule for every woman over 60. It is looking at where the fabric begins, where the eye stops, and how the body is framed. The second trick is to create a stronger face line. The arms are not the first thing people notice. This may sound surprising, but the best way to feel better in a sleeveless dress is not always to add something to the arms. Sometimes it is to give the eye a more beautiful destination. When the neckline is plain, the hair is flat, the earrings are invisible, the lipstick has disappeared, and the dress has no focal point, the eye starts wandering. And when the eye wanders, it often lands on the part you feel most insecure about. But when your face is framed beautifully, the whole outfit changes. A V-neck can draw the eye upward and inward. A soft scoop can open the chest and make the neck look more graceful. A square neckline can look modern and clean, especially on women with a softer jawline or fuller bust, as long as it is not cut too wide. A gentle boat neck can be beautiful on narrow shoulders, though some women with broad shoulders may find it makes them feel wider. The point is not that one neckline is perfect. The point is that the neckline should compete with the arms in the best possible way. It should say, look at her face, look at her posture, look at the whole line. Hair also matters more than people admit. A sleeveless dress exposes the neck, shoulders, and upper chest. If the hair is very flat at the crown, or if it drags downward around the face, the upper body can look heavier. But a little lift at the crown, a soft side part, a tucked behind the ear moment, or a slightly polished shape around the face can make the sleeveless dress feel deliberate instead of bare. This is especially important for women with fine or thinning hair. You do not need big hair. In fact, overly stiff hair can age the whole look, but you do want some shape. A soft bob that clears the shoulder, a layered cut that moves away from the face, or a smooth silver style with shine can give the dress a finished feeling. If you are dealing with sudden hair shedding or scalp changes, that is worth discussing with a qualified professional. But for everyday styling, the goal is not perfection. The goal is lift, shape, and freshness. Earrings can also rescue a sleeveless dress. Small invisible studs may be lovely, but if the dress is very simple, they may not provide enough presence. A medium hoop, a pearl drop, a small sculptural earring, or a refined gold or silver shape can pull attention toward the face. The right earring adds vertical movement near the jawline, which can be especially flattering if you are conscious of your neck or upper arms. Necklaces need care. A heavy necklace sitting too high can make the neck look shorter. A very long necklace can bounce against the bust or point directly to the tummy. But a medium pendant or a necklace that follows the neckline can make the dress feel styled. If you have a fuller bust, a pendant that stops above the bust line often looks cleaner than one that lands in the center of the chest. If you have a long neck, you may enjoy a shorter necklace. If your neck is shorter or softer, a little open space can be more flattering. This is a contrarian idea. When you are worried about your arms, do not automatically cover them first. First, improve the face frame because people do not see your arms in isolation. They see a composition: face, hair, neckline, shoulder, dress, shoe, posture. If the upper part of the outfit is unfinished, the arms become the story. If the upper part is polished, the arms become just one natural part of a mature feminine summer look. Think about Linda again. Same navy sleeveless dress. Instead of the heavy cardigan, she changes 3 things. She chooses a V-neck version with a slightly wider shoulder. She adds medium pearl drop earrings. She smooths her silver bob behind one ear and uses a soft rose lipstick. Now the first impression is not bare arms. It is beautiful face, graceful neckline, polished woman. Nothing about her arms changed. The outfit simply stopped making the arms the headline. The third trick is to choose fabric and fit that skim the body, because when the dress pulls across the waist, bust, or tummy, the arms become more noticeable. This is one of the most overlooked reasons sleeveless dresses feel difficult. A woman may think, I hate my arms in this. But the real issue may be that the dress is too tight through the middle, too clingy across the bust, or too thin in the fabric. When fabric pulls anywhere on the body, the whole look feels tense. And when the body looks tense, every exposed area feels more vulnerable. A sleeveless dress needs enough structure to hold its own shape. If the fabric is too flimsy, every line underneath shows. If it is too stiff, it can stand away from the body and make you look boxier. The sweet spot is fabric with gentle weight, movement, and recovery. Cotton poplin, linen blends, pont, crepe, soft denim, substantial jersey, and some woven viscose blends can work beautifully, depending on climate and occasion. In hot weather, breathable fabrics matter, but very thin knits can be unforgiving. A cheap clingery jersey dress may feel comfortable, but it can grab the tummy exposed on hip, making you feel more exposed on top. Look for a dress that does not depend on a tight waist seam to create shape. A soft Aline, a fit-hand flare with a gentle waist, a shift with subtle shaping, a wrap-style dress that does not gape, or a column dress with a light layer can be much kinder than a body-hugging tube shape. But do not misunderstand this. Loose is not always better. A dress that is too loose can make the body look larger because it hides all the natural shape. The goal is not a tent. The goal is controlled ease. You want the fabric to float past the areas you do not want emphasized while still showing that there is a body underneath. For women with a fuller bust, a sleeveless dress often looks best when the bust is supported and the fabric falls from the bust instead of clinging under it. If the dress pulls horizontally across the chest, the armhole will often distort too, which makes the arms look squeezed. A good bra can completely change the appearance of a sleeveless dress. Not because you are trying to look younger, but because the bust line affects the waistline, the armhole, and the posture. For petite women, length is crucial. A sleeveless dress that is too long and too full can make the body look swallowed, especially with flat shoes. A midi can be beautiful, but the hem should land at a flattering place, often just below the narrowest part of the calf, or at a length that works with your shoes. If the hem cuts at the widest part of the calf, the whole outfit can look heavier. And when the bottom looks heavy, the bare arms can feel out of balance. For plus-size women, do not assume sleeveless is off limits. In fact, a clean sleeveless line can sometimes look lighter than a short sleeve that cuts directly across the widest part of the upper arm. The wrong short sleeve can create a horizontal band that says, "Stop here." A good sleeveless dress with a strong shoulder line can create a longer vertical body line. The question is not, can plus-size women wear sleeveless? The question is the shoulder cut supportive? Is the armhole placed well? Is the fabric substantial? Does the dress create movement instead of clinging? This is where common misunderstandings need correcting. Some women believe sleeves always make them look slimmer. Not true. A sleeve that is too tight, too short, or too puffy can draw more attention to the upper arm than no sleeve at all. A cap sleeve can be tricky because it often ends at the fullest part of the arm, creating a little ledge. On some women it is charming, on others it makes the arm look wider. A flutter sleeve can be pretty, but if it sticks out too much, it may add width across the bust and shoulders. A 3/4 sleeve can be elegant, but in summer heat or outdoor events, it may feel heavy and uncomfortable. Other women believe that if they wear sleeveless, the dress must be very loose to compensate. But an oversized sleeveless dress can make the upper body look larger because the armholes gape and the side view becomes shapeless. Again, the goal is not hiding. The goal is shaping with ease. And some women think a dark sleeveless dress is always the safest option. Black, navy, and deep colors can be beautiful, but if the color is too harsh near the face, especially with gray hair or softer, mature skin, a softer navy, deep teal, warm cocoa, olive, slate blue, berry, ivory print, or muted rose may be more flattering than severe black. It depends on your undertone, hair color, and contrast level. Color can either soften the whole upper body or make every line look sharper. If your skin has become cooler or your hair is silver, you may find that very warm beige makes you look washed out, while soft blue, lavender, pearl gray, or rose brings light to the face. If your coloring is warm, camel, coral, olive, cream, or bronze may look richer. The dress does not need to be trendy. It needs to support your face. The fourth trick is to use a light third piece strategically, not as an apology. This is where many sleeveless outfits go wrong. A woman puts on a lovely dress, feels unsure about her arms, and throws on whatever cardigan is nearby. The cardigan may be stretched out, too heavy, too long, too dark, or too casual. Instead of elevating the dress, it drags it down. A cover-up should not look like you are hiding. It should look like part of the outfit, a cropped linen jacket, a sheer kimono-style layer, a soft chiffon wrap, a lightweight gauze shirt worn open. A lace topper, a fine cotton cardigan, or a tailored sleeveless vest can all work. But the length and texture matter. If the dress has a defined waist, a shorter layer that ends near the waist or high hip often keeps the body line longer. If the layer ends at the widest part of the hip, it can make the outfit look wider. If the dress is a simple column, a long open layer can create vertical lines, but it should move and not cling. If you are petite, too much fabric in the layer can overwhelm you. If you are tall, you may be able to carry a longer duster or open shirt beautifully. The fabric of the layer should match the mood of the dress. A polished dress with a tired knit cardigan often looks accidental. A casual cotton sundress with a stiff business blazer can feel mismatched. For church, lunch, travel, or an outdoor party, a lightweight layer in a related color often looks more refined than a random cover-up. Try this. Instead of covering the whole arm with a thick cardigan, choose a layer that creates a soft vertical edge beside the body. Leave it open. Let the dress show through. The open line down the front draws the eye vertically, which can make the body look longer and the arms less central. A wrap can be beautiful, but it must be handled carefully. If you clutch it around yourself all day, it can look nervous. If you keep slipping bust with it in every photo. A wrap works best when it is light, soft, and intentionally draped, not constantly used as a shield. For a wedding or dinner, it can be perfect. For errands or travel, an open linen shirt or jacket may be easier. There is also a very modern option that many women overlook, the dress with a matching or tonal layer. A sleeveless dress in navy with a soft navy linen jacket, a cream dress with a beige gauze shirt, a black column dress with a lightweight black sheer topper. This creates a quiet, pulled-together look without shouting. It also lets you remove the layer when you are hot without the dress looking incomplete. And please pay attention to sleeve width on the layer. If the topper has tight sleeves, it may make you more conscious of your arms than the sleeveless dress did. Look for sleeves that glide over the upper arm. Not enormous, not sloppy, just easy. The best third piece gives you choice. You can wear the dress sleeveless when you are comfortable, add the layer when the room is chilly, and still look polished either way. This is especially useful for real life. At a summer wedding, you may want bare arms outside and a wrap inside during dinner. At church, you may prefer a soft jacket during the service and remove it later. On a cruise, you may wear the dress alone during the day and add a sheer topper at night. For lunch with friends, an open shirt can make the dress feel casual but still feminine. For date night, a delicate wrap or cropped jacket can make the look more romantic. The point is that the layer should serve your life, not your insecurity. The fifth trick is to finish the bare arm area with intention. Skin, posture, jewelry, bag placement, and shoes. This does not mean trying to make mature arms look 25. That is not the goal. The goal is to make the uncovered parts of the outfit look cared for, comfortable, and connected to the whole look. Start with skin. Arms often look more noticeable in a sleeveless dress when the skin is dry, uneven, or ashy. A simple moisturizer can make a surprising difference because it gives the skin a smoother reflection of light. If you are outdoors, sun protection matters. Dermatologists generally recommend protecting exposed skin with sunscreen and protective clothing when needed, and UPF clothing can be useful when you will be in strong sun for a long time. If you notice sudden skin changes, unusual spots, pain, or anything concerning, speak with a qualified professional. Style should never replace healthcare, but for ordinary dressing, a little body lotion, sunscreen, when appropriate, and a polished manicure or watch can make bare arms feel more finished. It is not about hiding age. It is about looking cared for. Jewelry scale is powerful here. A bracelet, cuff, watch, or stack of simple bangles can draw the eye toward the wrist, which is often one of the slimmer parts of the arm. This creates a visual endpoint away from the upper arm. If you wear a sleeveless dress with completely bare arms, no earrings, no bracelet, and a plain shoe, the look may feel unfinished. Add a beautiful watch, a medium earring, and a sandal in good condition, and suddenly the bare arms look like part of a styled outfit. Bag placement matters too. A shoulder bag that squeezes into the upper arm can flatten the arm and make you more aware of it. For events, try a clutch, top handle bag, crossbody worn lightly, or a shoulder bag with enough strap drop that it does not jam into the underarm. If you are taking photos, do not press your arms tightly against your body. Let there be a little air between the arm and the torso. This one posture change can make the arm look more relaxed and natural. Posture may be the most underrated trick of all. When you feel self-conscious, you may round your shoulders forward to hide. But rounded shoulders make the upper arm look heavier and shorten the neck. When you gently roll the shoulders back and let the chest open, the sleeveless dress looks better immediately. Not stiff, not military, just lifted. Imagine a thread gently pulling the crown of your head upward. The neck lengthens, the shoulders settle, and the dress hangs better. Shows also influence whether sleeveless feels balanced. If the dress is light and feminine, but the shoes are heavy, worn down, or too chunky, the eye can read the outfit as disconnected. You do not need high heels. In fact, many women over 60 need supportive, stable shoes, and comfort is not optional. If you have foot pain, balance concerns, bunions, or wide feet, choose shoes that support your real life. A polished flat, sandal, low wedge, block heel, dressy loafer, elegant slingback, or refined sneaker can work depending on the dress. What matters is that the shoe looks intentional and works with the hem. If your dress is midi length, the shoe should help continue the leg line. A nude sandal, metallic flat, low wedge, or shoe with a lower vamp can keep the lower body from looking cut off. If you prefer closed-toe shoes, choose a shape that does not look too heavy with the dress. A bulky black shoe with a light floral sleeveless dress can pull the eye downward and make the top feel exposed. A softer shoe color often looks more harmonious. Now let's put the 5 tricks together in a real outfit. Imagine a woman with a fuller waist, soft upper arms, silver hair, and a wedding invitation. She first tries a sleeveless floral dress with tiny straps, a clingy waist, a deep armhole, and a long black cardigan. She feels older, heavier, and uncomfortable. Now she changes the formula. She chooses a sleeveless dress, wider shoulder, a clean V-neck, a fabric with enough weight to skim, and an Aline skirt that moves away from the tummy. The armhole covers the bra and does not cut into the underarm. She adds pearl drop earrings, a soft rose lip, a bracelet, and a light cropped jacket in one of the colors from the print. Her shoes are comfortable low block heel sandals in a soft neutral. Her bag is small and structured. She stands tall. The arms are still mature arms. Nothing magical happened. But the whole picture is different. She looks cool, feminine, appropriate, modern, and comfortable in her body. That is what we are aiming for. Now, before you go shopping, let's clear up a few more misunderstandings that keep women stuck. You do not have to earn the right to wear sleeveless by losing weight or toning your arms. If you want to exercise for strength, health, posture, energy, wonderful. Strong arms are useful arms, but clothing should serve the body you have today, not only the body you hope to have later. You also do not have to choose between comfort and beauty. A sleeveless dress can be one of the most comfortable garments in warm weather. For women dealing with hot flashes, humidity, travel, or long events, sleeves can feel miserable. There is nothing stylish about being overheated and irritated all day. The right sleeveless dress with a smart layer nearby can be far more practical than forcing yourself into sleeves that make you uncomfortable. You do not need designer clothing. An expensive-looking sleeveless dress is usually about fit, fabric, color, and styling. A clean cotton dress that fits well will often look better than a costly dress with poor proportions. Check the seams. Check whether the armhole lies flat. Check whether the fabric is see-through. Check whether the dress wrinkles in a way you can live with. Check whether the neckline supports your face. These details matter more than the label, and you do not have to dress like someone else. Some women love bold prints. Some love neutrals. Some love linen. Some prefer polished sheath dresses. Some need machine washable travel dresses. Some want a dress for church. Some want one for a cruise. Some want to feel romantic again. Some want to look capable and put together at a family gathering where they know photos will be taken. Your sleeveless dress should match your life. Here is the practical closet checklist. When you try on a sleeveless dress, first look at the shoulder line. Does the fabric give your shoulder enough presence, or do the straps make the arms look larger by contrast? Next, check the armhole. Does it cover your bra? Does it pinch? Can you move comfortably? Then look at the neckline. Does it bring attention to your face, or does it leave the upper body looking blank? After that, check the fabric. Does it skim your tummy, waist, and bust, or does it cling and pull? Then does the hem stop at a flattering place on your leg, and does it work with shoes you can actually wear? Now add styling. What earrings bring light to your face? Would a bracelet or watch make the arm area feel more finished? Do you need a light layer? And if so, does it look intentional with the dress? Are your shoes polished and comfortable? Does your bag crush the upper arm, or does it sit cleanly? Finally, stand the way you would stand in a photo. Shoulders relaxed, neck long, Arms slightly away from the body, face forward. Does the outfit feel like you? If the answer is almost, do not give up too quickly. Sometimes the dress only needs a better bra, a different shoe, a shorter layer, a stronger earring, or a more flattering neckline. The mistake is not trying sleeveless. The mistake is expecting the dress to do all the work alone. A sleeveless dress is not just about arms. It is about architecture. The shoulder creates the frame. The neckline brings attention to the face. The fabric controls the bodyline. The layer adds choice. The finishing details make the look feel intentional. And perhaps the most important part is this. The people who love you are not setting your arms the way you are. They are seeing your expression, your movement, your warmth, your presence. They are seeing whether you look comfortable in your own clothes. There is something very beautiful about a mature woman who stops dressing from fear and starts dressing from self-respect. Not pretending to be younger. Not apologizing for soft skin, silver hair, or a body that has lived. Just choosing better lines, better fabrics, and better styling so she can walk into the room without tugging